You knocked too, the man said. That's all he told Vivek when he woke up in the mirror world. His voice wasn't threatening, in fact, it was almost tired, as if he had said that line before many times. He didn't offer a name, just a look, and then turned to walk. Vivek followed him. They crossed through a lifeless version of the campus, familiar buildings wrapped in silence. No students, no staff. Just a long shadow and an air that didn't move. Vivek noticed an odd quiet. Even his footsteps seemed muffled. When they reached a back door of an old faculty building, the man stopped and looked around once before pushing it open. Inside, down a narrow staircase, was a basement-like space. Old furniture, dusty bookshelf, a generator that hadn't worked in years. But it wasn't empty. There were three people inside. One sat cross-legged on the floor, whispering to herself. Another leaned against the wall with eyes closed. And the third, a girl who looked barely 17, stared directly at Vivek the moment he stepped in. This is Swati, the man said. She has been here longer than anyone. Then he walked away. Swati studied him for a moment, then offered a nod. First week, right? She asked. Vivek nodded. You will get used to the quiet, as if that was the biggest concern. But it wasn't the quiet that troubled Vivek. It was the feeling that time didn't move forward here. Not at all. He stayed in the safe house. They gave him a space. No one asked where he came from or why he knocked. But each day, Vivek noticed small things. His watch had stopped ticking, not because it broke, but because the hands were moving backwards. A calendar in one of the side rooms showed yesterday's date. And then one evening, he saw it. The scar on his arm from a bike accident a month ago before all this happened was fading. Faint at first, then gone, like it had never happened. He found Swati again, sitting in silence near a boarded up window. Do you know what's happening to us? He asked. She didn't turn to him. Your scar's gone, right? She said quietly. Vivek froze. How did you? I had a knee injury when I was 38. Couldn't bend it all the way for years. Now? She stood up and crouched without effort. I'm 17 now, she said. I used to be a professor here. Vivek sat down slowly. His thoughts spiraled. Time is moving backward, he said, more to himself than her. Swati nodded. But it's not just time, she said. It's memories, emotion, identity. All of it pulls in reverse. He looked at her, unsure. How long until we forget who we are? She didn't answer, just looked at him with tired young eyes. That night, Vivek lay awake on a thin cot. Around him, the others slept in their corners of their quiet basement. He stared at the ceiling, thinking how the days were peeling away from him, one by one, in reverse. He thought he came here by accident, but maybe the mirror doesn't choose by chance. Maybe it invites. This is Phantom Frequency, and you were listening to the part 1 of a thrilling story, Mirror Club. Subscribe to this channel and wait for the next part.